Whitehawk. It's a site I built to help security professionals write reports. We all know how boring it is writing those reports, so I made this tool specifically for penetration testers or bug bounty hunters in order to... Now from the home screen, which is the first thing you see, you could head straight over to the report generator. It might ask you to make an account, but it will give you a free credit, so you could try this out absolutely for free. Now we're just gonna run through a quick little tutorial here. For the sake of saving time, I went ahead and I built a little button here only for the admin account that autofills some of this data, but over here you would just say, hey, this is the company that I work for, or this is me. This is me. This is the start and end date of my task. This is the scope of which, let's say, hey, the servers you guys have, the Android application, the iOS application. These are the tools that I used in order to do this. You could upload a company logo as well if you have one. Now moving down to the vulnerability findings section. Here you'll find the add component button. This you could press and add your vulnerability that you found. Here you'll be able to put in a title, include the severity, the CVSS strings, CVE identifiers, your CVSS score, and a lot of other stuff over here. I auto-filled one, but one thing I want to show you is the CVSS score calculator. That's absolutely free. Even if you don't want to make an account, you could simply go over to the, I won't show it now, but it'll have a button on the sidebar that leads you to the calculator. Now the CVSS score calculator has to be my favorite part about this whole website. It saves me a lot of time when I'm doing work myself, and it's really easy to use. You could hover over all the metrics and you'll get a little description so you know what to pick, or you could choose from one of the pre-written ones we have here. To the bottom we could auto detect CWE as well as find similar CVEs. Now this pulls up a lookup that's updated really, like you could see, I don't have to tell you, 2026 02 03. You could search for whatever ones you want. You could search for SQL, find ones that are really old, but you could find exactly what you want. If you found it on Reddit or something, then you could just search for it there. Also the vector string, this might not be useful to most people, but some people do want it. It's not required as these are. You could see that in the little red, but hey, the more you have the better. Now moving on to more documentation, I'll run through this really quickly. You have the description, affected systems, exploitation steps. Now I must say, don't go to my login page and pass the payload. This doesn't work. Evidence, of course. Here's where if you put something like this, you would just include it in the zip file that you send to the client. Now business impact and remediation, pretty standard. Update your finding. Now here's something you guys would really love about this. When generating a report, you could choose between a technical report, an executive summary, a remediation plan, or all three if you really want it. You could also get it in HTML or PDFs, because HTMLs are a bit easier to edit if you want to do some editing afterwards. Now investigation report, that won't be anything concerning the vulnerability findings. This will go towards the entity section that I had a personal investigator reach out to me and say, hey, can you help me out a little bit? So I built this tool for him. As well as geographic location. Sometimes you need to say, hey, a laptop was from so and so and an account is based on XYZ. Don't worry about that for now. We're just going to focus on the technical, executive, and remediation. Now when selecting more than one button, you'll notice that it changes from HTML or PDF to zip. That's just to save things a little bit easier, as well as drafts, which, for your knowledge, nothing that you write over here is stored on our servers at all. Like for instance, if I went to click over here to the report editor and I didn't save a draft, all of this would be gone. So you gotta really watch out for that. It is of course on purpose. That is a safety feature, so we can't see what you're writing. We just generate it and send it over to you. Don't keep anything on our server. Now, by saving a draft on our server, you must click that you understand you're saving files on our servers. You save it with a password and a name. I won't be doing that for now. Let's just generate the zip. It takes fairly quickly, about 5, 6, 7 seconds. Open up the file here, and we have our HTML files we can see over here and our PDF. Now here's how the HTML one looks. Pulling up the PDF. It's a bit more neat. Here you have of course the detailed technical findings, everything we put in, testing methodology, the tools we used, and a little appendix to help out non-technical users. A disclaimer of course. Moving on to the executive summary. If you look at it, it's just a thing that says, hey, we have so-and-so issues. We have 1 critical risk, 0 high, medium, low, because we didn't put much. Now, we only have the business impact in here and the recommendations. This is all the C-suite executives would really need. They don't really know much about the payloads. Hey, maybe they would. In that case, you send over the technical report. This is just to make things easier for everybody. You have your industry average. Of course, this would look really good in your meetings. I don't know why my camera started glitching out, but it did. Now, just checking through the remediation plan. You have your overviews, your recommended timelines, your priority ones. Hey, is this in progress? Has this been completed? Who has it been assigned to? This just makes it easier for people to send it over to specific employees and have them work on it to delegate the tasks. This is mainly an internal document for big teams who need to split up this kind of work, of course. Heading back to the website, I'm just gonna show off the save draft feature. Let's just say, hey, the Shelby company. That should be a quick password. We go over to, let's say, the learn section. Come back to the report. Load draft, and it pops up over here. You have your password, put it in, and you get your draft back. And it's really that simple.